Of us are so stuck in tradition,
Mm,
we're not even allowing our God to use us in
mm,
a new way. Because it
mm.
got to be about difference, and we
I
gotta
agree.
we gotta accept each other difference enough to know it's a bigger picture.
Diversity.
Yeah, like
And
it's
and you know what,
sad. It was
Christina?
sad.
Like you said, in Baltimore, 1 in 10 people is addicted to heroin.
Yes,
And I'm
yes,
telling you, more and more now, like you said, you're seeing different races affected with
yes,
heroin.
yes,
I
yes.
mean, we know from our own community, man, our people have been suffering and dying from heroin overdoses since the 50s or before. But now there's a big move to that. At our clinic, it doesn't make a difference what race, what religion you are. We don't want people dying. We want to educate you. There's
That's
a new
right.
drug out there called Narcan, and we're
Yes.
applying now to become a Narcan training site. Come into the clinic. And like I said, it's not about just being in the spotlight, it's about saving lives. People don't have nowhere to sleep tonight.
And you want me to share something? I want you to pick your clinic, and I think about some of the clinics that some of my homeless people deal with now.
Oh.
I ain't even gonna throw their names
Right
out
now,
there,
right.
but I had an issue just as last month. Like, one of my gentlemen's like rushed to the hospital, numbers off. They
Oh.
giving him. He's taking one thing and getting something on the streets. And my
Oh.
first thing was like, wait a minute. I went to the clinic like, what are y'all doing? Like
Mm.
how he going to the emergency room and they saying all these numbers, but y'all see him every day.
You don't pick
Y'all
up
giving
on it.
him medicine, y'all doing stuff. That is really concerning when we have so many deaths going on right now. Like, I think a big part of it is being mismanaged when it comes to medication,
Mm.
what they're taking. Who's monitoring what's going on?
And
You
that's a
know.
good point. And me too, like I said,
Yes.
I am grateful that there are clinics out here to help. And then to
Yeah.
some degrees, it could be just for whatever reasons, it's like, not enough workers there, or
Yes.
maybe for
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
reasons.
People slipping through the cracks.
People are slipping through the cracks. So I
Yes.
don't want to downput because, like,
Hmm.
again, we want to partner with this. But I think what makes us different, like I said, is that caring component.
Yes.
And it doesn't take
Yes.
doesn't take any money to care.
Yes.
It
Yes.
don't cost anything to care is the free. And having that case manager and like I said, that education piece, and that's what's missing. I am very happy that Governor Hogan has said he's going to allot $50 million towards this opiate epidemics, and he
Hmm.
want to really focus on crisis as well as education. Because when somebody need help, it ain't always Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so we want to be that clinic there. And like I said, that education with the families. Some families don't even know what options they have out there.
That's right.
And like I said, we definitely are about reaching out to the community, and it's like this is a joint effort because we can't do it alone, and we're not expecting everybody to come in to be a certain, you know, certain agendas. You
Just
don't
knowing what's going on.
exactly.
Everybody going to have some difference, and it's good that you mentioned about the money that is going to be allotted. That's a conversation that we need to also be more aware of because uh, one of the demands that's coming with this
Mm-hmm.
money, even from the school money to the
Oh
50
yeah.
million, he wants to audit.
Mm.
The governor has asked for an audit to go with this 30 million
For education.
for education.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, it should have always been an audit. And the
Mm.
next thing to that, don't just ask for an audit for the schools, ask for an audit for homeless services, ask for an
Wow.
audit for anything that is affecting our city. Because audits, yes, they've been done, but at the same time, this I feel like that could be a Trump conversation
Mm.
because Trump is like a businessman. You
Very
think
much.
I see him as a businessman and a president.
Mm.
As a businessman, he's looking at Baltimore and saying, they got this deficit. They done mismanaged this money. Oh, you only get $40 million and you still got homeless people under the streets and in the tents. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
y'all messing up your school fund. So it's easy for
Right.
him to start making cuts.
I agree.
So we got to look at the business part of Trump because if you're running an organization or a business, if I go to my business and I'll be like, oh my God, we are losing, 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 losing. I'm gonna start cutting some heads too.
So
I'm gonna
how
start
much
at the
money
top.
do it take to end homelessness?
Mm.
Now, how much is the
That's a
city
good. That's a good
getting for
question.
homelessness?
That's a good question. I know
I'm
their
sure you got
budget.
an idea. You
Their
have an
budget.
idea.
Their
Do you
budget
have a
and our
budget?
budget is totally.
What's your budget at ending homelessness?
Let's see what. Let's
Miss
do this.
Flowers.
Let's do this first. Let's see some of our callers. Troy, how are you? Spirits is up. Spirits is up.
Good, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I just wanted to call and see how you were doing. I know your father has moved on, and I just wanted
Oh, thank you very much. I am doing well. Stronger with prayer.
That's right.
You, you also, I read something on your page where you said you wanted to start like, what is it, reading?
Oh yeah, I said I wanted to start. I asked her. I know it's a mom's group, mothers of murdered sons. I said I want to start a grieving group of of daughters that lost their fathers. Yes, that's what I said.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Huh?
I have a serious note for you because, you know, how I see it is the fact that I think his brother, you always viewed you as a purposeful soul, you know, since the first day we met.
Mm.
Oh,
Your purpose was, you know, you're homeless, right?
yes, sir.
Mama McDowell now, Mama runs the boxing gym, right?
Okay.
Boxing, right?
Yes, sir.
And you has lost 3 people in 2 weeks.
Mm.
Yes.
So maybe you need to sit down and talk with each other, man, and see how you can actually help each other out. Because I know he speaks extremely highly of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Wow.
spoke to him last week.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Spoke to brother last week. So yeah, you know, maybe you can help each other out in that way, okay?
All right. Make sure you reach out to me, Troy. Thank you.
I will. All right, thank you.
All right, have a good day. Thank you. 410-481-1010. Also, I want you to make sure that again we are having a discussion, and I want you to put your information out there of your grassroots entity of what it is that you're doing, some of the things and services that are going to be coming out of your grassroots initiative in the community and neighborhoods, so that again we need to wrap our mind off of this popularity thing
Exactly.
and really, because as a grassroots establishment myself, we really going to need our community, our neighborhoods to sort of engage and understand what it is that we're doing as founders of grassroots programs.
That's right.
So make sure you put that information out there because that's what we have to build. We have to build a strong entity of the grassroots partnerships and we got to make sure people have that option.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
So, like I said, we are your community healthcare center. We're located at 5500 Glen Oak and Rogers Avenue. We're Suite 202. We have our nurse practitioner, Stella Jeffries, already there, up and running in practice. And as you know, in the state of Maryland, nurse practitioners now can write for Suboxone treatment. And again, some people ask, well, why are you doing Suboxone or methadone and all those things? Isn't that just making our people more addicted to drugs? And I just want to ask people and kind of educate people too. When people are using drugs, there's a certain track that that the neurons in your brain start to change. So you just can't just take them off the drugs and you're going to be a brand new, clean person. First of all, there's a triad. You have to make sure you give them counseling and treatment. And then you eventually want people, and they got to want to come off.
Yes.
But sometimes sobriety or just being clean to some people is not selling their bodies anymore. Even though they're on a maintenance program, to them, sobriety is not stealing from their family anymore.
Okay.
So, like I said, being clean or, quote unquote, trying to survive, it means different things to different people. We're just out here to reach you where you at. And then you decided we're just here as a means to help you get to that level.
I think I have a question. If I ever wanted to ask a founder or anyone of a substance abuse clinic, because I've witnessed it and I've seen it. It is a such thing as coming off of it.
Absolutely.
And that's I think that's the biggest thing. Like you said, it's about maintenance. I see it as a part of maintenance to individuals. But then I see in an area of some clinics in some place they're making it established living. They're making a living off of. See, when I started with assisted living, but I had to have 5 or 6 other components to make sure my organization flow. I just can't always rely on this one component. And to some of the programs and some of the establishments, it's like that's their only way of wealth. Because that's the way they're going to get the funding. That's the way they're going to be, getting money if they continue this process. But it's a such thing as coming off of the methadone clinic. Like they can come off of it.
I agree. And let me tell you what the rationale is for the methadone clinic. Because when I first started working in methadone,
how long should a person?
That's a good question.
That's a question. Like, should you see your family member on meth for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
But
Because
let me
that's
tell
what
you-
I've been breaking down.
My personal experience, I started running a methadone clinic. I was the director of nursing at the consortium in Philadelphia, and I was there for a few years. And my whole thing was, I kind of had that too. Are we like addicting people? Are we
Yeah.
making money? So I had to go and educate myself, and I talked to my medical director. He said, Nguyen, the primary reason for methadone is because you kind of trying to change the person's lifestyle. Because if you don't offer to give them the methadone, because it does have the same receptors almost as heroin, is that they're going to still go out there and sell their body. They're going to still go out there and steal. So you almost want them to change their lifestyle and then offer them counseling, offer them groups and peers that can help them to relate. But the person themselves, because some people be on methadone after 20, 30 years, but they themselves have to want to come off.
Do methadone make you nod
20,
too?
30 years.
You know, because you nod. Do you nod with methadone, or is it the
Good point.
other stuff?
It's the combination.
it's
So,
they're combining something.
yeah, like benzos, like diazepines. They along with heroin. If you look at the same chemical component of heroin, they almost have the same. So it's a mixture. Or sometimes they use over-the-counter drug. Well, not over-the-counter. A prescribed drug called clonidine, like 0.1, 0.2. So that along with
I've
the
seen that.
methadone
Yeah.
will make that person not. But if someone is just seriously just taking methadone, they really will not die. I mean, they can almost go to work. Even after they, we've had people come in the clinic early in the morning and go to work. You wouldn't even know they were on heroin. They just don't have that craving to go out here and use street drugs.
But
And
they
then-
just still on, this is like a substitute. But then you have to wean, because that was the issue with my resident. Like, he was getting too much.
Okay.
And I was like, well, wait a minute. If you got this amount of dosage at the clinic,
Mhm.
but you're in a hospital getting this amount,
Oh.
that's a conflict somewhere to me. Like,
Okay.
he could have died,
Like
you know,
overdose.
under the care of this clinic, to the point when you're in the emergency room, the doctor even like, who is treating you?
Oh, God.
Like, I told the doctor, I said, you're a doctor. You should go up there and address that.
Yeah, because it is a process. Because you just don't want to just take people off
Right.
and go down by certain milligrams every day, every week. But again, to successfully, the statistics show that if you take somebody right off within 7 days, it depends. They may do well. But if you at least have a year worth of detoxing, like sometimes it's just like gradually come off, they may have a better chance of staying off of any type of drugs. As you know, heroin is being cut down with fentanyl and carfentanil, which is horse tranquilizer.
Horse tranquilizer.
I'm sorry, elephant.
Oh,
Elephant.
oh.
It's even stronger than, and that's why so many
Be careful.
overdoses out. It's too many people dying here in
The elephant's
Baltimore.
stronger than a
Wow.
horse.
And you know what? You know the
is.
community that is really affected by this?
Tell me.
The homeless community.
Oh God, yes.
You know, our homeless downtown, like in the past
Lexington
2 weeks,
Market?
yes. Like, but my biggest concern is the deaths.
Yep,
Like, we
me
had a
too.
homeless guy even die Saturday.
Oh.
Like, these deaths are not publicly. No one will know that we have homeless people dying of ODs just about every night somewhere. You know, from the one that was found in the abandoned house. Like, these stories is not making our public
Right.
media. It's not making the news. So again, if you're not, a lot of us as community leaders and organizers that are not privileged to this information, we could be easily naive and think, okay, everything is okay. But you gotta, you gotta get privileged to certain information. And that's what we gotta work on. And that's something with the grassroots too, creating our own media, creating our own outlet of information is very important. That's
Let's
why we
put the
got
word
Larry
out.
Wallace, the
There
celebrity
you
cab
go.
driver. Look, he's
That's
all the
right.
media. He's
We're
all the
gonna do
media
it.
we need. Let's take some of these callers. How you doing, Brother Aaron? Good afternoon.
Sir. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, brother.
From my perspective, and I'm a recovering addict, man. I hear y'all talking about the methadone maintenance thing. One of the worst things that ever hit Baltimore City, and probably other major cities across this country.
Wow.
You know, what I'm seeing is a way of life
Mm.
for these people.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30 years, and 12 of us, we college,
Mm-hmm.
and that gives them a license to go right and get Percocet and everything else, man. And they
Oh, pain pills. Pain pills.
Mm-hmm. It's heartbreaking.
Wow.